Hey, welcome back. If you missed the previous episodes, this is a record of our journey around Austria on our way to the German Alpine road and back. We try to stay close to the border, but occasionally we were and will make some detours. Still here? I wonder why. Let's check what we can offer this time. So we are still following the German Alpine road loosely. So loosely, our first action of the day is to cut this little corner of Germany and head straight across Austria to right in Winkel. If you check the map, it won't be much fun anyway. Just major roads, maybe a chance for some limitless autobahn, but we are not here for that. Not this time. I've had an old GPS which recorded our fastest ride on these parts, close to 250 km per hour. Sadly, that device gave its soul back to its creator, so you have to take my word for it. Things were happening way too fast. We tore up side and top cases and tank bang with our shit for a week. From here, we are following the official road almost from turn to turn till Berchtesgaden. And I have to say, this was my favorite part. Backcountry roads, nice view, motorcyclists. This part I would recommend anytime, when you are not looking for hairpin bands and high passes. But everything has to come to an end eventually, and this road has led us to our final attraction in Germany. Berchtesgaden is obviously famous for the eagle's nest, or as the locals call it, House, literally the house on the Kalkstein. The view from the house is great, but the winding road going up there is restricted to only the buses bringing the tourists up and down. Been there, done that. Let's find something else to do. Let's check a road which you can actually visit on two wheels, the Rossfeld Panoramastraße. It's a panorama road, not an alpine road, so they are honest with the naming. It's more about the panorama than about the riding, if you don't have massive clouds. There are two things I can't get my head around. For context, the background first. History repeats itself. So do we. Eventually, we will visit the same places we did 10 or even more years ago. Not a problem, I've already forgotten most of it by next fall. I try to find new stops, new activities, new attractions to spice up the journey. There are limited opportunities which you will find in 1 to 3 days of ride from your home. That's obvious, so you have to be creative. And here come the 2 mysteries to me. First mystery, the second time around, the weather is always worse. I check the old photos and the sun is shining there. I check our present and the weather is the polar opposite. Polar as in cold. Second mystery, I check our old itinerary and I find we have visited more places, spent more time at the attractions, traveled greater distances and had more beers in a day. Okay, maybe the last one is just me, but still. I'm skipping this, streamlining that, leaving out parts, and yet I find we have covered less than before. This is what getting older feels like? I don't like it. Anyway, enough with the self-pity. Let's get back to our regular programming and to the road back to Austria. From here, we are giving up on the following the border. The northern border is much less attractive to us than the Alps, so we will push through there. Our first stop is the Lammerklamm, a nice little ravine with raging water at the bottom. This walk up and down is necessary to get the blood pumping again in our legs. Am I talking about staying healthy? Again, with the getting older feeling. Why is it that we like to see the immense power of the water in places like this, the carving and eroding through the ages, then getting surprised when the same water in a similar river does a similar thing overnight? It's like seeing a lion in a cage in the zoo and out in the wilderness. The first is interesting and exciting, the latter one is frightening and sometimes a one-in-a-lifetime experience. From here the road leads us straight, as a road can be straight in the Alps, to Hallstatt, which is much more an eye candy than a living breathing place at this point. If you want a nice walk around the lake, I would recommend the Gozausee, just in the next valley. If you check our old video, you can even see how a cow attacked us there. Why am I recommending that lake? I'm not sure anymore. From here, we are heading to Tromsø and to our apartment somewhere in the middle of the cultivated fields. It was like staying at a ghost town. We haven't met our host in person, didn't see or hear any other people the whole evening. The next day, we are heading home, but I'm eager to find some new roads to fill in the blanks of my imaginary Austria map in my head. Until then, stay safe on the road.